Sara Vogel.
And I'm Tom Snell, and we are research assistants at CUNY-NYSIEB as well as former teachers.
And we're here to address a common question we receive from schools and teachers across the state, which is, how can I work with newcomer students?
So who are we talking about when we say newcomer students?
Newcomer students are students who are recently arrived from other countries, who have recently immigrated, and are enrolling in schools in our state. And many of these students are also emergent bilinguals, which means they have diverse home language practices and they are learning English in school.
One of the most interesting things about this group of students is their incredible diversity. We're talking about students from every age group, from kindergarten to grade 12, as well as an incredible array of home language practices.
And many of the students, in terms of their home language practices, may be more or less familiar with their literacy from their home country, and also might be more or less familiar with school environments. So it's really important for teachers to acknowledge students' backgrounds and skills and the experiences that they bring. Those could be how the students tell stories. It could also be their immigration experiences, some of which might have been long or arduous.
So that is why we put together a page of resources to support the teachers and schools that work with these students that are based on Translanguaging, which is an approach that encourages students to use all of their language practices as they develop both academically and socio-emotionally.
So what can teachers find on this page?
Well, as we've traveled the city and state working with partner schools, we've found supportive environments for these students, and we've put together a page of resources to support both schools and teachers.
And in terms of the resources we have to support schools, we think about the multilingual ecology of a school at CUNY-NYSIEB, and that means the landscape and how we welcome students into the school by displaying their languages prominently. In one school, there was a bulletin board that a teacher made in conjunction with her students, in which passersby could learn both Chinese and English, new words and vocabulary.
Another school-based practice is programming decisions that support newcomer students. For example, one school has an advisory program that encourages students to speak to one another in whatever language they're most comfortable with and to build relationships.
In terms of practices that you can find on this page for teachers, one of them is a translanguaging strategy called multilingual inputs and outputs. An input being, for instance, a student watching a video in their home language before they engage in content. And in terms of an output is giving students the choice to write, let's say, an essay in their home language or in whatever language they choose, and then enabling them to caption the video or caption images to go along with their essay using English.
Another practice for teachers is the creative use of projects. A school we looked at in upstate New York encouraged students to write essays addressed to newcomer students, talking about what students would most need to know in order to integrate into the school environment. Then these essays became the basis of welcome videos that students made for newcomer students, which were created in the 5 or 6 languages most commonly used by newcomers.
Our page also includes profiles of 3 newcomer emergent bilingual students.
There's also helpful links and further readings.
So we hope you enjoy it. Dive in.